Bucchigire open with the style, open with the interesting intro of the character where it is like a Kudama Drive, Thunderbolt Fantasy, Gurren Lagann, this kind of survive fightings, going, progress the story further and further. I would know that the story will just progress, and we'll see like the story will progress further, and it is like it is like probably the most prominent point of this anime is the progressions. But the fact that it will see that if its ending is like Vuko's nonsense, Vuko's crazy. I know that the story will progress further and further, has an interesting animation, it has an interesting point, interesting style, but we just need to see that if the anime is, I know that this anime will still maintain the animations, but I at first few minutes I have some kinds of the bad feeling that if this anime will fall into the CGI stuff. I don't know what made this anime wanted the first impressions of us to be watching the CGI a stiff, kind of stiff, but not that bad. And the animation and the style, I don't really see this kind of style much. It's like the old Japanese stuff, but has some kinds of the old feeling, but also having the style. Like I don't know, it's like Akudama Drive of the future, but it is in a way of Samurai is in the past, where it has the power of like Thunderbolt Fantasy stuff about the using the power, dark power, that's mass, dark evil mass, who is the main villain. Mainly about the character. Like character is good in this anime, has the not that good, but like we see that cliche of the character coming, but it's probably about the how probably the fighting scenes and the point that story will slowly wrap up the character still being that we see at the other shows, but it is the point of the story if it's and the animations and the stuff. It is like Tribe 9, where it is not like it's like Tribe 9 but upgrade, where Tribe 9 is the anime where it failed at everything, but in this anime we see interesting character and the point that the story trying to slowly escalate it. I may just like did it in like episode 1 to 3 as just like arc 1 reflections on anything else, but what a fun ride. This anime could be the next generation of Thunderbolt Fantasy, Kudama Drive, or even Beloved Gurren Lagann. With this kind of story, we slowly escalate to the top, and I don't understand why this anime has 6.0. I don't really watch to the episode 5 yet, but like it's interesting. I can't wait to say it with the style, world building, and story. The story opened quite unique in terms of the upgraded and everything from like not like Drama Drive, but in terms of Gurren Lagann and Thunderbolt Fantasy, it opened not that as strong as those three anime, because there's still cliche character type of thing, but I'm interested in world building, where there's the crime collector, the sinful monk, where what this character could do. It's not like the Ekudormat Drive, where the character is like having the power. We don't the villain, the story point, or the character of this anime. This what probably what I'm anticipate on. What if it will it be expand the world building, or it will be expand the character point of the character, what is it doing, or show the politics, show the philosophy stuff, like uh like the mod drive and these kind of the anime, like this kind of the anime. We need to see the point of the story of the philosophy and stuff, and view and show, like it show a little bit like this in the shogunate, kind of heisei, or I don't know, maybe I don't really solidly, like I'm not ever good at the history or anything else, honestly, in my life, so I don't really understand the what is the era that this anime is in. But I could tell it is Japanese or Edo period, like it's kind of old, but it is having like the character shows that they are also bad character. They also having the philosophy of like, even if using the criminals, this character will still go on, like to go on to use the criminals to protect the shogunate, to show this kind of thing in the first episode. It is made by Geno Studio, which quite shocked, which made Golden Kamuy, right? Interesting. Like I don't know which why Geno Studio decided to make this anime. It's just quite interesting. Like it original also. Like this original anime, I don't understand why it's so good. Like there's Code Geass, there's Fairy Gone, which just sucks. There's a lot of like many good Akudama Drive also original. Thunderbolt Fantasy is manga, and another anime, Gurren. This kind of anime has the same style, which using the animation quite a lot, and it feels like it could be expanded. Like this kind of like this stuff could be expanded, and it feels like the animation is kind of go all out with the studio, and like the same studio that made Pit, right? This anime also the legendary, like it's fucking like wow, it's fucking like 18 Eve also, like I don't know what to, like I expect highly of this anime. Like character has their own goal at last for each other as everyone as criminal. This kind of story will escalate, as I say. What the opening, the style introduction really saturated, while the story being revenge fighting dark side samurais to enjoy it. And like we need to see if a story villain, if the villain that will be introduced is like the main bad villain, like Platinum N, or like Platinum N, like the Gorilla Gun like villain is not, is quite a little bit disappointed for me. And like we need to see the villain, if the villain would be an interesting one, rather than an organization or the people that just doing stuff in terms of like just plain old villain that doesn't have any of the interesting point in it. And I feel like this anime will be a good one in the season summer 2022. The score is, as I will give it in the call in the episode 1 of the Bucchigire. I don't really know how to pronounce these shows, but this anime Bucchigire is a good anime. A great anime. Like, I don't know how to get it right, because that is why the whole shows. Okay, so the anime is great. Like, doesn't have any complaint about it in terms of everything else. So like in this season, summer 2022, I just watched probably one or two anime. Um, like one, I will watch Bucchigire. Bucchigire, I will rewatch the Yokoso Made in Biswitch. Probably doing commentary in just one anime because well, I don't really have any of the like I don't have like if I'm gonna talk about the seasons spring 2072, I'm kind of disappointed at the this will not be analysis anymore. I kind of disappointed at the season spring 2022 because well I am so wanting it to be good and like alas no one watching my video is just like another not like another little factors like I did it for fun anyway but like this season it anime is kind of bad as I would say and doesn't have any interesting point in it which I'm kind of disappointed but in season summer I see a lot of interesting anime happening and I wanted to review it but the fact that there's only like but the fact that I'm just lazy because I already did the spring like maybe a rush Ricolis Recoil but I already watched the Extreme Hearts by 7 Arcs which is kind of sucks anime which I will just like not comment on it in this channels and so just like this I just watch like maybe I just comment this anime because I find it kind of interesting to talk about in the long run as the episode goes just maybe only one anime by and I will made a big review of like uh of like in terms of in separated in terms of the sections like one sections is ideas if like for example the idea of the Bucchigire is kind of interesting because it's more quite unique in terms of like shogunate stuff fighting and you know it is the ideas from Akudama Drive or this kind of anime which is not quite unique by the way but still interesting in its usage and increases but the directing is god tier in this anime like the directing in terms of fight scene and stuff and the story script still being the normal fighting anime doesn't have the clear understanding of the power usage but the directing in terms of the dialogue when character talking when we see the personality of the character we see that this anime quite interesting in terms of those things and like this I will apply to overall review of the anime the view directing ideas and animations and the like many things script story plot uh, and interesting plot twist or like many sections and that's it for in see you in next episode 3 episode 2 maybe we make it like an arc of the like talking about it in the arc 1 arc 2 arc 3 arc 4 and like that and maybe like I would make drawing stuff like manga drawing stuff in the channels or maybe like drawing mainly drawing gacha game Fate Grand Order. Maybe just like in the channels I will play it on the shows.